Well, we see a slight bigger probability that it will be this hawkish pause. There is no hike, but it is really a very low conviction call. The situation is growth is softer than the ECB had expected, and significantly softer. That should argue for a pause. But with the ramp up in oil prices, at least near term, they will have to also raise their inflation forecasts a bit. So it's really unclear. At the margin, probably a pause.
Okay, and that's the conversation we've just had with Robert Dishner at Neuberger Berman. We were talking about the complexity and the disinflation story, given the fact that oil is at 10-month highs. Clearly, Europe, we know, already is facing those higher cost pressures from energy, and that could be a significant issue for the ECB. But Holger, to your point, perhaps what matters more today is not what is done, but what is said. What type of tone do you expect Madame Lagarde to strike this afternoon?
Well, the ECB is having a finely balanced decision. That is, they likely are having a controversial debate between the hawks and the doves. And the European Central Bank likes to strike compromises. So the compromise will probably be that on the one hand, you have the action, and on the other hand, you have the tone of the statement, the message. So if it is the pause, then probably the hawks will insist and get a message that is hawkish, namely a clear emphasis that there could easily be a hike at one of the next few meetings. So that is our base case. This is the so-called hawkish pause. If the ECB has the rate decision the other way, namely if they hike, we might get, at the insistence of the doves, a much clearer hint that the ECB is now probably at the peak in rates. So all in all, I think for markets, the tone of the statement, whether it's really dovish or hawkish, may matter more than the hike in rates. Whereas for the real economy, of course, ultimately it's the rates that matter for construction, for residential construction, for business investment.